So hello, Karol. Nice to welcome you today as my second interviewee in one of Eternity Crypto Foundation's grant receivers. So first of all, where are you right now, and where are you based in general?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm in Bratislava in Slovakia. That's my residency. I'm living here for like a lot of time. And I lived abroad, but Bratislava is my special place now.
Okay, cool. And did you also study in Slovakia?
Yes, in Žilina's Technical University. So that's where I picked the interest in computers. I can, in a more professional way, not counting the baby steps as a kid. So.
Okay, and so yeah, could you also tell me a bit when and how you have started in general with coding and getting deeper into computer science in general?
When I was a kid, my dad had a ZX Spectrum 8-bit computer, and you could do very simple stuff in BASIC. So that's where I first kind of start writing simple things like showing a circle and draw a line and all these bits. But in high school, I pursued other interests, mostly playing games and guitar and stuff. But then I knew that programming is something I would enjoy. So I started writing software, or basically learning it at the university at 18, 19. Yeah. And doing that since then.
Nice. And how does it come that you especially evolved a passion for functional programming languages, which is not that common and often? So,
well, when I entered the marketplace, there weren't that many kind of languages you could pick from, which, besides guaranteeing you some kind of stability, would give you let's say a joy and a faster turnaround when you're developing things. So what you could do then was things like C and Java and Perl sometimes, and but somebody was looking for here in Bratislava. I was looking for people who were willing to learn Erlang. So that's where it started, and definitely I didn't regret it since then, as there are very well known benefits of using functional languages and Erlang as well.
Yeah, nice. Fun fact, Perl was my first programming language, by the way. And yeah, I started with Perl, so very funny, a very ugly language. But yeah, is Eternity your first blockchain project you have been working on?
Sorry, I get lost. Second, please.
Is Eternity your first blockchain project you have been working on, or have you done something before in this?
Well, I was working for like 2 or 3 months for a company in Switzerland. They were trying to build a decentralized exchange, but they folded. They didn't have a kind of a longer term vision. And then I worked for 3 months at Parity, working at the eWasm at the time, but it wasn't a great fit, honestly, due to various factors. So I recommended a friend of mine, Uri, to Eternity like 1 year ago, and he's staying with Eternity for quite some time. So I was trying to get to Eternity, which originally this place was kind of proposed to me by another friend of mine, Michal, working in Eternity. So kind of the circle closed here in this company or foundation.
And have you been involved in other open source projects already? And what's special on working open source project, which is something very special, I would say, in this field?
Well, not really in a kind of a larger capacity. Sometimes when I hit some issue in dependencies I was using, and it was troubling me, so then I kind of find a problem, made a fix, made a PR, kind of pull request, but wasn't really involved in a capacity where it was possible to contribute to open source, but still kind of a living from doing this kind of work. So this is very special about æternity.
Yeah, nice. So okay, let's talk more about your grant which you have received. So for what exactly you did apply and receive a grant? So for everyone else to know.
Well, previous grants was mostly about improvements in æternity naming systems. So this was mostly kind of ability to use update kind of a function from Sofia for basically changing properties of a name, like adding pointers which you can resolve to, or changing time to live, or these parameters which were driving the whole life cycle of a name. And then I started working on another part of the grant proposal was to work on a garbage collector, where the work is basically finished, but we still need some other people to test the feature and give me some feedback. And in this future grant, or basically the grant which is running now, I would preferably start looking at ways how to run some parts of our code base in browser via Rust and Lumen project, which should allow that. So once we are able to kind of use it, because it's not there yet in terms of functionality, so I hope to switch to that and see what we can do with it.
Okay, so for those who might not know what's a garbage collector, it's a form of automatic memory management, so quite important to increase the overall efficiency. So for the viewers maybe who don't know. So why is your work beneficial for the
Sorry, you kind of froze a bit.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So did you hear me, or should I reply?
Just start the sentence. Why is my work beneficial for?
Exactly.
I guess for well, since we are kind of improving the usability of the software in the æternity, we hope that more people can create useful stuff with it. And that applies mostly more support in Sofia contract language. But for example, regarding the garbage collection, this is a kind of a long-standing issue every blockchain has, as we can think of it as append-only database, which almost never shrinks. So with garbage collector, it's more about user convenience and ability to have a long-running node for years and years without being worried about capacity problems and things like this. So yeah, probably that would nail it.
And so what have been the biggest challenge so far working on æternity for you personally?
Well, for people who are not usually working on open source projects, it's the way how you manage things. You know, there is no strict hierarchy. So if you want to get something done, you have to actively bother people to look into your stuff, and there is no kind of strict chain of command. And great thing about æternity is that you are able to kind of pursue your own interests in a way. So if something is interesting to you and you can kind of make it fit with the needs of the foundation, it's very possible you work on something which really interests you, and also you're getting paid for it. So that's great.
Oh, nice to hear. Yeah. So I share the same point of view. So yeah, last but not least, could you tell me a fun fact about yourself, or like a weird hobby you have that?
Weird hobby? Oh man, I don't have any. But kind of fun fact is, once I saw in a picture that you can kind of bake cookies in a car. So we tried it with my wife, and it worked, And the car failed for like 1 week, but it was amazing to drive then after that. But yeah, that's a specialty, I would say.
Nice. I can't wait to see you at the upcoming dev workshop in Sofia next week, and listen to your talk at the public meetup on the 3rd about your previous work, garbage collection for account state data. For everyone who's watching, I'll put the link to the event in the info box below. And yeah, thank you for the nice interview, Karol, and thanks to the viewers for listening, and can't wait to see you also in person. It will be our first time that we see each other. So yeah, I wish you a great weekend, even though it's only Thursday, but still, I wish you a great weekend and see you next week.
Thank you, Pega. Yeah, have a nice day. Cheers.
You too. Bye. Bye.